Hey mamas, my Naptime Warriors, what's up? I am Mama Shira. This is DIY Mama Tribe. Welcome back. Welcome for the first time, whichever it may be. I'm just glad you're here, to be honest. Today is a DIY that I'm kind of talking you through some pictures again, because again, it's one that I did before I started my channel and I can't redo it because it's already done. But maybe what I could do is show you maybe on a small scale. When I moved into my house, the kitchen was pretty bland, very beige. And I don't know if you noticed, but I like beige if there's a pattern on it. So I had to switch it up. And so in this tutorial, I'm showing you or walking you through how I painted my kitchen floor in a houndstooth pattern. So there was I think it was a vinyl floor. I'm gonna walk you through how I covered that, how I put the pattern down, how you make the pattern yourself, and exactly step by step what I did in order to paint my kitchen floor in a houndstooth pattern. So let's get into it. It's lots to cover.
First, I want to start off with a disclaimer. This is not a nap time project. It will take about a week to complete due to the painting, the drying, the taping times. So just so we're clear, this is not something you can do in an afternoon. So this is the before for my kitchen. And the first thing that I did was use this green frog tape around all the baseboards and edges. This is the primer that I used for the floor. It is called Kills. It, much like love, will cover a multitude of sins. It will erase anything on a surface. So I just used it in white all over the floor. Now the delicate surface frog tape, you want to have that on hand, but you're not going to use it just yet. This is to show you that I had a grid pattern already in the vinyl. But if you don't have a grid pattern, you definitely want to start with one because that's going to be the basis for building out your pattern. So to build the houndstooth pattern, you're going to concentrate on 4 blocks of your grid at a time. And that's why it's important to have a grid pattern down if you don't already have one. So the first block you're going to fill in. That's going to be completely filled in with your tape. The one across from it is going to be empty, and the 2 diagonal boxes that I'm highlighting there are going to be stripes. So let me just back this up to show you exactly what I mean. That first box in the lower left-hand corner is going to be filled in. So I'm just gonna take my pen here and fill it in completely. Now there's nothing to do to the box diagonal from it because that one's going to be empty, but the box to the right of that box as well as above it are going to get 2 thick stripes. The first stripe is more like a filling in of the corner, and the next one goes across diagonally from point to point, and it's pretty thick, and you fill that in. And you do the exact same thing to the upper box right above it. So the box to the right and the box above, you do the corner, the inside corner, and then a thick stripe going diagonally across the center of the box. And guys, this is all you need to do in order to build up a houndstooth pattern. It's super simple. I'm going to do it a few more times. I'm going to fill out this whole grid, but this is all those 4 boxes. As long as you have a grid pattern to follow, you can build a houndstooth pattern. So I'm going to do this over and over again, and I encourage you to grab a pen, a paper, or even your a program on your phone that you can draw with your stylus, and just do this pattern with me just to practice. Fill in the box, then the upper box, 2 stripes, fill in the corner and do a diagonal across the middle. the box to the right, fill in the corner, diagonal across the middle, and leave the upper left empty. And I'm just gonna do that again and again and again. So just follow along. Now, as you go along, you will begin to see that houndstooth shape emerge just from you building out this pattern. I highlighted it there so you can see it. Mine isn't exactly straight because clearly my grid lines aren't straight, but you would have a grid pattern on your floor or your wall, wherever you're putting this, to go ahead and follow. Make sure the lines are straight. If it's not there already, use a ruler, use a chalk line, whatever you need to do in order to get the line straight so that your houndstooth pattern will be straight, because you're depending on that grid. Now, I'm showing you this pattern in black and white because that's pretty classic for houndstooth, but I just want to show you the possibility of using other colors. Here I chose purple and yellow because they're on opposite sides of the color wheel and they could work well together. One of my other favorite combinations is pink and turquoise, but any color combination that you come up with, you can make into a houndstooth pattern.
Hey, me again. So if you are getting anything out of this, if I'm at least making you smile, can you please hit the like button? And if you want to see more of this, hey, subscribe, tell a friend, tell a neighbor, tell another mama, join our tribe. Okay, let's get back to it.
So I mentioned that frog tape before. This is the delicate surface tape because it's going to go on top of paint that you've already put down as your base color. And this is what you're doing. You're exactly how you built out that houndstooth pattern when we practice on the grid or the paper, whatever you have. I'm showing you that the side is taped off there, but you use that yellow tape and you build a pattern the exact same way. You take your utility knife, take the tape, put the tape down in that exact pattern on your grid, on your floor, on your wall, wherever you're working, and do the exact same thing that we just practiced. I just used the tape to fill in that first block of my grid. I did nothing in the upper right block, and I did my stripes in the blocks on either side. And I just did it all with the delicate surface frog tape that I used I had to do some cuts with the utility knife in order to get those diagonals and stuff. But guys, it's easier than it looks, but to get that bang for your time, for your labor is amazing. So once you have all this tape down, and honestly, this took me like 2 days. It's a labor intensive job. I chose this paint in a dark gray because I didn't want the stark contrast of black and white. But once that gray went over there and I peeled the tape back, I'm so amazed with how beautiful this flooring came out. I hope you're able to do it too.
So, how was that? Oh my word. So this is what I want you to know. This is what I want you to take away, okay? Listen to me. Do not be scared. I know that it's a really big project. It could be an intimidating thing to paint your kitchen floor, but I'm telling you, the first step is to believe that you can do it. And the next step is to don't be scared. Do not be afraid. I will say also that instead of painting the floor, think about taking this to a wall. This could be an accent wall. Y'all know I'm a fool for accent wall. I love a little pop-up of a surprise when you walk into a room. So this same technique that I'm showing you on how to build that pattern up, you can instead grid out one of your walls and put it on a wall instead. Or just put it like, you know, in a small space somewhere. Find ways to incorporate pattern, color, just a little bit of fun into your room, into your life, just to make it, you know, a little more enjoyable. Nothing wrong with that. So thank you so much for watching. I love it when you guys show me your projects. So don't forget to hit the Instagram. Lord, I sound like somebody's mama. Oh wait, I am somebody's mama. I sound like somebody's much older mama. Hit me up on Instagram at DIY Mama Tribe. Thank you again for watching. And of course, please give this video a thumbs up and please subscribe if you haven't already. All right, mamas, see ya.